Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Check Me. We're talking box squats today, how to use a box squat, when you should do a box squat. Essentially, there's two ways to do a box squat. If you're gonna go to it, I see a lot of people in the gym trying to be heroes. They pack a bunch of weight on the bar and they throw the weight on the bar and they start doing a box squat and they post it #315, #gym life, and they're not doing anything because all they're doing is not doing a box squat right. They're using the box squat as a cheat code to actually lift. I'm gonna break it down on how to do a box squat and when you should go to a box squat. Essentially, I'm gonna break it down to really strength. If you're like a power lifter and you're really trying to grow your squat versus an athletic box squat where it's more reactionary as well as explosiveness. So the question is, when should you go to a box squat? Two ways. You should go to a box squat for two different ways. The very first way you should go to a box squat is if you're trying to get out of the hole. And that means when you're squatting, if you typically butt wink where you squat and then you go up a little bit and then you push up, that's called a butt wink where it's two different movements. You're having trouble driving the weight out of the box, out of your squat. You're having difficulty, you're plateauing. When it comes to getting heavier weight loads, a box squat is perfect for you. That first way is when you actually sit down you actually go down, you squat, you sit down on the box squat, and the very first thing to do before you even box squat is find your footing, right? Find your footing to the point where you don't have to shift or don't have to move your feet when you squat, because you want it to be your natural squatting position before you actually box squat. So find your footing, so when you actually go down, you're not rolling back, you're not leaning forward too much, but you're in your actual squat stance so you can go right up. Now, the second thing is this: when you box squat and you go down, you're not going to, the main thing is don't lean back. You're not gonna sit straight up when you box squat, right? So there is gonna be a little bit of forward lean when you box squat. So if you wanna do touch and goes, but in this particular case, as far as box squat, we're working on getting out of the hole where the pace is a little bit slower. You'll go down to you'll go down to your squat, you'll sit on the box squat, and then in that same position, and then go up slowly. This is essentially for you to actually help you drive out of the hole to lift more, as opposed to just ego lifting. You'll see some people, they'll rock, they'll come up. You'll see some people, they'll go and they'll just kind of use it as momentum, and they're not really working on speed or explosiveness. So for most people who are squatting, power lifters, or everyday lifter, I call them, they're looking just to simply get a heavier squat. If you're gonna go to box squats, do it this way. Put a load on that's maybe about, I say, you can work your way up, but I wouldn't go on and put your max on. If you max 315 without the bar, some people put 315 on there, then box squat. Don't do that. Don't put your max on. Put, I say, maybe anywhere from 60 to 80% of what you max. Work your way up so we can get some good reps. Now, if you're doing strength reps, of course, lower reps, but you want to make sure when you're doing a box squat and you're simply working on driving out. So it's a little bit different pace than we're doing if we're doing explosiveness. Now, we're talking sport specific box squats. There's two ways to do it. One is working on reaction, the other one's working on explosiveness, and one of them actually is explosiveness and reaction. The very first way to do it is touch and go box squats. For athletes, it's about being quick, it's about being fast, it's about being explosive. So this is essentially where you find your footing again, you do a box squat, and you're touch and go, 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 touch and go. That is essentially your box squat. You're working on quickness, you're working on explosiveness. For athletics, that's what it's about. It's about being quick, athletic, strong, explosive. The second one is kind of like what we did with the regular powerlifting box squat, where you're going down, you're finding your footing, but once you hit that pad, you sit, absorb the pad a little bit, and then explode up. Absorb the pad, and then explode up. Absorb the pad, and explode up. You want to ensure that you are reacting to being explosive, as opposed to just simply, okay, I'm gonna go down and go up like a power lifter. For sport specific, you want to be able to move fast from a still position. This is what's going to carry over to the field. When you're doing those quick touch and go reps, as well as these explosive reactionary reps when it comes to a box squat. Those are the 2/3 ways you can box squat. One I told you is specifically for strength and powerlifting. The other 2 ways are for sports specific. The pace when you're doing a strength one is a little bit slower than you would do as far as explosive and the quick touch and go ones for athletics. So when you're doing a box squat, be modest with the weight. Don't go in there and try to be a hero and post something for the gram. All right, because people already know. You're gonna have people in the comment section saying, "Oh, it doesn't count, you done box squat." So when you do a box squat, do it these two ways. They'll help you lift and help you grow and make gains consistently, as well as carry over your athleticism and your explosiveness to the field. Thank you for tuning in and watching Check Me. If you haven't subscribed to Check Me. Like, comment. If you want to see more of this, please comment in the comment below. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm out.